Good morning. Let's start expenditure method. This is third method to calculate national income. Under this method, what we will do, we will take the total expenditure incurred by all the sectors. As we know that goods and services are produced by producer sector with the help of factor services, and in return of factor services they will get factor income in form of wages, rent, interest and profit, and this factor income is spent in the form of expenditure on the purchase of goods and services. So in this method what we will do, we will take the sum of final expenditure incurred by all the sectors, that is household, firms, government and foreigners. So when we will take the sum of total expenditure, it will be equal to GDP at MP. So we can write here in short form sum of final expenditure. Why we are using sum of expenditure? It's okay. Why we are using word final here? Because we know there are two types of goods, final and intermediate goods. So as we know that intermediate goods is not a part of income, national income. So that's why we are taking only final goods here. So it's very important to write final word with the expenditure. So sum of final expenditure will be equal to GDP at MP. After calculating GDP at MP, with the help of conversion method, we can convert it into the national income by adding or subtracting some items. This method is also known as income disposal method. Now, what are the components of final expenditure? To calculate GDP at MP, it means to calculate final expenditure, there are four components, and these are: first, private final consumption expenditure. Now, here students feel very difficult to learn the whole name, that is private final consumption expenditure. So, let's see how you can learn. We have done final expenditure what? So final goods, there are two types of final goods if you have done the second chapter. So it is clear that final goods are of two types. One is consumer good and the second is capital good. So here we are taking which good? That is consumer good. So how will you write final expenditure? You will write add word consumption. Final consumption expenditure. Now this expenditure is done by further two sectors. One is household sector, second is government sector. So here we are using word private. So this private word indicates household sector. So we have private final consumption expenditure, which means the expenditure incurred on the consumption of final goods and services by household sector, or we can write expenditure incurred on final goods and services by household and private NPO also. Private NPO means private non-profit organizations. Now, second point, it is very clear that we take only consumer goods, not capital goods. Now, consumer goods are of four types further. It is divided into four categories: durable goods, non-durable goods, semi-durable goods and services. Third, construction of houses. Now, construction of houses is a capital good. So, that's why this expenditure is done by the household sector. But we will not take it in this point. Why? Because it is of capital nature. It is a capital good. Okay. So, first point, is it clear? PFCE, that is a short form. Private final consumption expenditure. Now, second point is government final consumption expenditure. Now, again, it is very clear: expenditure income on the consumption of final goods and services by government. So, we can write expenditure incurred on various administrative services by the government. Example, which services? Administrative services. Example, defense, law and order, education, etc. All these expenditure is done by the government. Okay. But if any expenditure incurred on the construction, for example, on the construction of bridges, dam, etc., it will be a capital expenditure. Or we are taking here only consumption expenditure. So we are taking only administrative services, not capital formation. Second, the aim of expenditure is social welfare, not to earn profits. So this is government final consumption expenditure. Third point, that is gross domestic capital formation. So we have discussed that we have two types of goods: consumer goods, which is further divided into two points: private final consumption expenditure and government final consumption expenditure. Second is capital good. So capital good is known as gross domestic capital formation. Now what do you mean by capital formation? So capital formation means here we are going to take capital goods. Capital formation, the other name of capital formation is investment. So capital formation means investment. Okay. So gross domestic means total investment within the domestic territory. So it is also known as gross investment. It is the another name. Capital formation is known as investment, so we can write gross investment. It refers to, now what do you mean by investment or capital formation? The meaning of capital formation or investment means addition to capital stock. Now addition to capital stock is a meaning of investment or capital formation. So addition to capital stock of economy. Now what is capital stock? Here we are able to do one markers also. What do you mean by investment or what do you mean by capital formation? It refers to the addition to capital stock of the economy. Now what do you mean by capital or what do you mean by capital stock? It is the sum of fixed assets and unsold stock, which is also known as change in stock. So in any investment expenditure incurred by the production units within the domestic territory is known as gross domestic capital formation. So this point GDCF, it is further divided into two parts. Capital stock is a sum of fixed asset and inventory, that is unsold stock. So GDCF has further two parts, two components. One is gross fixed capital formation. So gross capital formation is the main point, fixed word. So fixed capital formation. So fixed capital formation means any expenditure on the incurred on the purchase of fixed assets. Okay. So purchase of fixed asset, these assets, the expenditure done on fixed asset, it is done by three further sectors. One is by the producer sector, second is by the households, and third is by the government. So it means this point is further divided into three categories, three parts. First is gross business fixed investment, any expenditure incurred on the fixed asset by the producer. Example, on the purchase of plant, machinery, etc. Second, gross residential construction investment. As we have discussed earlier also, that construction of houses, it is a capital good. So any construction of houses by the household come under this point. This is a fixed asset. This is a part of fixed asset. Third, gross public investment. Any expenditure done by the government on the capital formation. For example, flyovers, road, bridge, etc. by the government. So this expenditure comes under gross public investment. So it means expenditure income on the fixed asset. It is done by three sectors, by producer, by household, by government. When you will take the total of these three, it will be equal to fixed capital formation. Clear? Now second point, so domestic capital formation is divided into two parts. One is fixed, second is inventory. So inventory, the full name is inventory expenditure or inventory investment. So inventory investment is also known as change in stock or unsold stock. What is the meaning of inventory or change in stock? It refers to the physical change in stock laying with producer. Stock, there are three types of stock. Raw material, finished goods, semi-finished goods. Okay, so we are taking the total goods, stock of goods, stock which is like with the producers. Now how to calculate change in stock? We can calculate change in stock with the help of formula. There are two types of stock, closing stock and opening stock. So we will take the difference of between closing and opening. Now again here very important point, change in stock, the formula is closing minus opening, not opening minus closing. How will you learn? The formula start with the C. So we will start it with C. So it's very easy to recall that we will use closing stock minus opening. Okay, no confusion. Now in short, again our point we have done, that is GDCF, gross domestic capital formation. Capital formation has two further points, fixed and inventory, which is also known as change in stock. When you will take these 2 points, the sum of these 2 points will be equal to, when you will add these 2 points, we have gross domestic capital formation. Okay, so fixed plus inventory. And if we need to calculate fixed capital formation, what we will do? We will add these 3 points, that is business fixed investment, construction investment and public investment. Done. Sometime in the numerical, what they will do, they will give net domestic capital formation, but we want gross domestic capital formation. So what is the difference between these two? The difference is net and gross. So we know how to convert net into gross. If we have net, we will add depreciation. So if NDCF is given, you will just add depreciation. Now we have GDCF, gross domestic capital formation. Clear third point? Now last point is net exports. Net exports. Net means, net, always whenever you will get net word, net means the difference between two things. Okay, so net export means export minus import. So X is a sign of export and M is used for imports. So how will you calculate net export? That is a difference between export and import of the country during 1 year. Now you will write the meaning of export. Export, the symbol is X. It refers to the expenditure by the foreigners on the purchase of domestic product. And what do you mean by import? It refers to the expenditure by the residents on foreign goods. Clear? So we will write in the theory portion. So we have done all the 4 points. So what are the 4 points? Let's do the formulas. So in this method, first of all, we will find GDP at MP, which is the sum of PFCE, private final consumption expenditure, GFCE, government final consumption expenditure, gross domestic capital formation. And how will you calculate gross domestic capital formation? If fixed word is given, you will add change in stock or inventory investment. Clear? So F if we have, then we will add. If we don't have F, we will not add change in stock. Plus net export, that is the difference between export minus import. So when you will add these 4 components, we have GDP at MP. So after calculating GDP MP, if we need to calculate domestic income, so we'll use the formula conversion method. So GDP at MP we have calculated. So let's convert. Here we have gross and we need to find out net. So how will you convert? We will deduct depreciation. So gross minus depreciation is equal to net. And next domestic we have. Next we have market price and we need to calculate factor cost. How will you calculate factor cost? That is minus NIT. When you will deduct market price minus NIT, we have factor cost. So after calculating domestic income, and if we need to find out national income, what you will do? You just need to add net factor income from abroad in domestic income. Then we have national income. Clear? So we need to do precautions also, because in theory question you may get the question explain expenditure method with precautions. So we have 5 points which we need to take care. First point is expenditure on intermediate consumption. Any expenditure incurred on intermediate consumption, it is not a part of national income, because only final consumption, expenditure on final consumption is a part of national income. Second, purchase of second-hand goods. So second-hand goods, if there is a purchase or sale, then it is also not a part of national income. Third, transfer payments. There are 2 types of payments, factor payments and transfer payment. Factor payment is a part of national income, but transfer payment is not a part of national income. These are the payments which is received or incurred for without rendering any services. Fourth, production of services for self-consumption. Again, it is not a part of national income. We are producing services for our purpose, for self-consumption. It is not a part of national income. Last is production of goods for self-consumption. It is a part of national income. So here we need to take care goods or services. Services is not a part of national income, but goods for self-consumption is a part of national income. So all these we have 5 points, and we have used cross and tick as shortcut. So cross means it's not a part of national income, and tick means it is a part of national income. So in this way you can learn this theory. Okay, so let's do one numerical with expenditure method. So I have taken one example. Find national income and domestic income, and some information is given. So we can see all these are the components of expenditure method. So it means we will use expenditure method. So we never use this information. We will not read the question. You directly, we know that all these are the components of expenditure method. First of all, we will write the formula. So what is the formula under expenditure method? We know first of all we will calculate GDP at MP with the help of 4 components, and that is private final consumption expenditure, government final consumption expenditure, gross domestic capital formation, and net exports. Now put the values. Private final consumption expenditure, it is given in the question 40 we have taken, plus government final consumption expenditure, again it is given directly, we will take 20, plus gross domestic capital formation. Here we have gross domestic fixed capital formation. So if we have fixed word, so as we have discussed, if fixed word is given, we need to add inventory expenditure also, inventory investment also, which is also known as change in stock. So here change in stock is given. This is change in stock. So we'll add these 2, that is gross domestic fixed capital formation plus change in stock. Change in stock is also known as increase in stock. Okay, so we'll add these 2, 15 plus 5. If we have decrease word here, so it means that change in stock is in negative form. Okay, so be careful while using increase or decrease. So 15 plus 5 is GDCF. Plus net exports. Net exports again it is given directly, that is 10. And if it is not given, then what you will do? You will take the difference between export and import. So now put the values, find the answer, do the total. 40 plus 20 plus 20 plus 10, that is 90 lakh. So rupees 90 lakh will be your GDP at MP. Now they are saying, now we will check the question. The question is saying find out national income and domestic income. So let's start. We need to calculate domestic income. Domestic income is also known as NDP at FC. So NDP at FC is equal to GDP at MP. GDP at MP we have calculated. So we need to convert it into NDP at FC. How will you convert? Here G means gross. Gross is given and we need to find out net. So how will you convert gross into net? After deducting depreciation. So minus depreciation, domestic we have seen, then market price, and we need factor cost. How will you calculate factor cost if market price is given? We will deduct net indirect taxes. Okay. Now put the value GDP at MP. We have calculated 90. Put 90 minus depreciation. The other name of depreciation is consumption of fixed cap asset. So fixed asset is 10. Consumption of fixed asset 10 minus NIT. NIT again it is given, that is minus 5. You will write minus 5. So here we are using minus for the formula, and here minus 5 because it is in negative form. So calculate this. 90 minus 10 plus 5. Do the calculation carefully, and we have 85 lakh NDP at FC. Now NNP at FC. How will you calculate NNP at FC? That is equal to NDP at FC, which we have calculated, plus net factory income from abroad. So if you will add net factory income from abroad in domestic, we have national. So 85 we have calculated plus net factory income from abroad. Now check the question. Net factory income from abroad directly it is not given, but we have two information to calculate net factory income from abroad. That is factory income from abroad minus factory income to abroad. If you will deduct factory income from abroad minus factory income to abroad, we have NFYA, net factory income from abroad. So you can put 12 minus 7, that is 5. So 85 plus 5 is equal to 90 lakhs. So national income is 90 lakhs. So this question is very important in 6 marks. I hope it is clear to you. Thank you.